Can you give the listening audience some background of like who you are and all that fun, good stuff?
We need stats.
Yeah, we
All
need
right.
the stats.
All right. So the stats
Give
are
us your stats.
my name is Michael Goldberg. Um, no one calls me by my first name. It's
No.
just known as Goldberg and or Goldie, or people even call me by my Instagram name, and that is Gold Daddy. Um, and I am 43 years old. I've been skateboarding since 1985, but really kicked it into gear in about 91. And I have been working in this industry, the great skateboard industry that is a part of the action sport industry, since 2005. I kind of came into it a little late, as I went through some interesting times to realize that I needed to be a part of something that I know, and finally go, okay, I need a career, not just bounce job to job in the corporate world that couldn't I just couldn't relate to the people that I worked with to help myself flourish
Yeah.
at those companies and in the corporate environment. So then I started just like we were talking about from the bottom, and meaning that you start at a shop really
Yeah.
and make your connections. And I started at a shop called Surf and West in Simi Valley that
Okay.
is no longer around.
How
Uh,
how long were they in business?
they were oh wow they started in 1976, I believe,
Oh wow.
and they so the original owner was Larry Block of Block Surf Products. If anybody listening is in tune with the surf industry,
Okay.
the guy actually got out of when he opened it. He got out in the first year, had someone come in, and then he started Block Surf and kept Surf and West running. Surf and West then sold under like he sold it in 2006, like near the end of 2006. And then I got out of it right at Christmas time, 2006, like right after it. So I didn't leave them high and dry. And then I floated around for a month, and then I wound up at the competition down the street, a boarding shop. And
Oh, okay.
I was working there from 2007 till 2000. I believe at the end of 2000 or beginning of 2010 or something like that. Okay.
Okay.
And then I went into being a rep. I was part time working at IG and a rep for Sanuk Sandals and Hovind Eyewear, and I did that from 2009 till the end of, I believe, 12. And
When
then,
when
sorry,
you worked for the sandal company Sanuk, like
yeah,
what were you the road rep?
yeah, I was a sub rep.
Okay. So
Now, yeah,
for
go ahead.
for the for the audience who might not know what like a road rep or a sub rep is,
Oh,
could you like break it down for them just
so
to like
okay,
give them some insight?
right. So, what basically, what? Okay, so a rep is a guy that represents the brand, obviously, and he goes around to the accounts in certain territories. My territory was from Goleta, California, all the way down to Point Loma in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it was pretty big territory.
Yeah.
We went as I guess as far east as like Redlands,
Okay.
and even to like Temecula and whatnot. Uh,
How many stores did you have in that umbrella
ooh, um,
that you might be able to remember?
oh boy. Well, okay. What brought us? out to those to like San Diego and Redlands or Inland Empire. What brought us out there is that we took care of Sports Chalet at the time.
Okay.
So so like really our territory wasn't that. It was really LA, Ventura,
Yeah.
and Santa Barbara, and then as far as Goleta.
Okay.
So, but I guess and I'm only gonna guess storefronts. Okay.
Yeah.
I would have to say we serviced. Oh crap! Probably about 300, maybe 300 doors.
That's a pretty good number.
Yeah. I mean, right? I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just throwing. I mean, I just did it because I wanted to do it, and I knew that was really my goal.
Yeah.
That was my goal, to be working in this industry as a rep, because what you do, you kind of work on your own. It's kind of your own schedule, but of course you have to make sure that if you're not making sales and servicing the account, then you're out of a job.
Yeah,
and that's as simple as that.
Yeah, you're gonna get clipped.
Yeah, you're done. And trust me, someone will take that spot in 15 minutes, if not less. And so I didn't actually. I feel that I didn't really benefit from being the actual rep because I was a sub rep.
Yeah.
So I mean. If you really want, I worked for, and he was an older gentleman, super cool. He came knocking on the door at IG, pretty much, hey, I heard, so and so from Val. So this guy Doug Anderson, I used to work for. He was half owner of IG. He parted ways and went and worked at Val Surf. And the guy I sub rep for, his name was Tony. Tony asked him, hey, I'm looking for someone to help me out. And he threw my name. So I just, it was kind of a shitter get off the pot situation.
Yeah.
So I definitely, I shit. So, and I went on the road, I wound up getting, I went from a four-door sporty little Sentra.
Yeah.
And I went into a, soccer mom SUV. Like I was going to play the part, or if I wanted to be the part, I had to play the part.
Gotcha.
So,
did they like supply you with like a company vehicle? Was it like that?
No, my man. No, that comes out of your pocket, my dude.
Okay.
But everything is kind of like, I mean, you're able to write everything off because you're 1099.
Okay.
So, I mean, at the end, when I parted ways with being that guy, I didn't want, of course, I was just like, damn it, I didn't want to do that. I don't want to do this, but I mean, if I was spending my, my savings on the job, then it's not a lucrative thing.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you have bills to pay.
Right.
And so like, if you're dipping into that, then those bills become to where you're going to have to start putting them off.
Yeah.
and then nobody should be living like that. So,
no.
I made the decision and walked, and, being 1099, I was able to, get some money back off that, I didn't have to pay as much. And so I figured out, how to make that work.
Okay.
So then, so that's pretty much what. Was that a good breakdown?
Yeah, no. I think that was great.
Yeah. So, I mean, but that obviously wasn't. I'm not that guy now. So, after I walked on it, I didn't have a job for 2.5 years.
Okay. Did you?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Did you feel like that was like your one and done? Like, did you feel did you feel like you would be able to like find something again, or did you feel did you feel like deeply like bummed and like hurt?
And yeah, I was, because because here I am, I went through roughly 6 years, almost 7 of retail ish.
Yeah.
And I what I worked for, I went out and started to do, obviously in hopes to pick up a brand and do it on my own. Because that's kind of how being a sub rep is how you transition into being the man, quote unquote. But for what brand? Well, of course, I don't surf. I wanted to represent some skate brand.
Right.
But getting your foot in the door is all you really want to do. So, and then your name gets out there, which is super important. That is important in this industry. If nobody knows who you are, they're going to be all who and just kind of pass you along. I mean, it just is what it is. So I felt, I felt a little defeated. Absolutely. 100%. But with that, I was like, well, I better go. I started to go to a lot of events and started meeting people that I didn't know. I to this day still miss the people that I made friends with at the accounts. I do. I mean, for like a little bit, I was going to visit them. Like I would drive out to Santa Barbara and visit the people that I used to, go to the accounts and just talk with them. Maybe they know someone looking for somebody. I'd pop into Val Surf and hang out. I mean, I've known Nate and all those guys for a long time. Yeah. And, before I was a rep, and so I'd go in there and hang out and then, we'd talk. And, you just kind of start, it was like with no job and like whatever money I had, I just started going around to the accounts, just trying to find out like, hey, is there anything popping? Anyone come in asking? The one thing I know about this industry, your closed mouth will never get fed. Closed mouths do not get fed. You know what I mean? That was something I actually kind of learned when I was working at IG. I would, my boss would be like, oh, you want to get a board from the rep? Well, you better ask him, dude, because he doesn't know, It's like, but that goes further, you know what I mean? Doing that got me to ask people, hey man, like I'm out of work. I need to, like, what's going on? You kind of know of course they knew who and kind of know who I am at this point. So they can vouch for me if anything. So you just got to put yourself out there. You really do.
So this goes into like your personality type. Are you an extrovert or are you more of a introvert, or maybe you're somewhere in between? Like, how's your personality when meeting, meeting new people and stuff?
I don't care, dude. I go all in, dude. I go all in. I could talk to anybody. I can talk to the wall behind me. I'm going to tell you what, that's the fact of the matter here in this industry. If you can't talk to people, then you're in the wrong industry. Right. Sorry, dude. And that's just the reality of it. Yeah. If you can't go and talk to somebody
and hold a conversation.
And hold the conversation, people aren't going to want to talk to you. Yeah. I worked for kind of backtracking, and I don't really consider this like really me working in the industry. Back in 99, I worked for a graffiti clothing company called Third Rail.
Oh yeah, familiar for sure.
Yeah, I grew up skating in the era of when every skateboarder was a tagger.
Oh yeah.
And, whatchamacallit, so I was familiar with the culture. All my friends were riders, and they did murals, all that shit. Yeah. So my sister was dating and actually engaged to their international sales guy. So that's how I just went in there doing grunt work. I didn't care. Yeah. Once again, I wasn't working, just typical, like the end of my teens type thing. Yeah. And I just went in there and, so that was a little bit of a taste, but I don't really consider that to be, I don't know. It just was, I wasn't really too involved, but I did go to ASR. Tight. So that was kind of dope. Nobody knows what that is.
No, not many. It was wild and out of control.
It was, dude. That was the first time I saw Chad Muska. With his boombox in his hand. So,
did he have the Muska beanie on?
Yeah, he sure did. He had the full TSA kit on, and I'm not joking. Yeah. That was like for real. Yeah,
That's
walk by.
incredible.
Yep.
That's incredible.
So, dude, it was sick, man. Wee Man was walking with it. Dude, why? Dude, why do I remember this, dude?
Because skate nerd,
yeah.
fun facts.
Yeah, I am. I'm sorry, bro. I'm a geek, dude. That's just it, man. I mean, that's just it. I'm a geek. So, but yeah, dude. So then after running around with no job, back to all the accounts, and trying to find work again. In the midst of that, I think I had met Mike Mo and Vince like started Glassy.
Yeah.
And I was helping them pack boxes on their pool table.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. But after 2 months of that, I have to be realistic and actually go get paid. I really wanted to be a part of that. Why? Because it's my friends,
Yeah.
But they weren't in a position at the time to put anybody on like a payroll.
Right. Yeah, they were still doing out of the house operation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. And then, but however, with that said, they got me into what from ASR that turned into Agenda.
Yep.
So I started going to Agenda, and so I run into, people I haven't seen in a while once again, and then all of a sudden I run into this my friend Lee Derber, that was and I think he still is repping for Huff.
Yeah, I think he is too.
Yeah, he also picked up Polar now, but which is cool. I'm really happy for him. But he was one of the few Grom kids that worked at Huff that I didn't know at the time worked at Huff.
Yeah,
and I saw him walking around at Agenda, and he asked me how I was doing, and he was like, "You're not working?" Because like I always hooked those kids up.
Yeah.
Like, just whatever, because, dude, they ripped. So I'm just like, oh, those are the kids I wanted representing IG.
Yeah.
And they were always down with it anyway. And, he was like, oh, you're not working, dude? He's all, here's an email. Hit this chick up, and you should probably get a job because we're going to start shuffling people around. I'm like, okay, Huff, that's cool. Yeah. I know Huff, I know Keith Huff Nagel. Yeah, dude.
What year was this?
That was in 2013.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in 2013, I wound up getting an interview, and then met one of my all-time favorite skateboarders, Keith Huffnagel, which is bar none. When I say legend, dude, this guy is like, he's awesome, man. He is just like, you talk to him for 20 minutes, he makes you feel like you've known him for 20 years. He's just cool. You know what I mean?
Was it a trip to meet him and talk to him?
Not at all.
It was super casual?
Yeah, because when, think about it, like when, from my perspective, they hired me, I was 30, I think I was 36 when they hired me, 37.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or no, I was 36. And, at that point, all these people that, when you're at that age, they're just like you and me.
Yep.
And so,
yeah. No difference.
No difference. They put their pants on just the same. But when you're younger, watching them on skate videos, you're like, oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, dude, the fucking God, dude, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and it was very comfortable, and I wound up getting hired in October of 2013 over at Huff, and I got to experience the explosion of a brand.
Yeah, the socks. I think were. I don't remember like when we started like. I can't remember when they started going crazy, but I remember it was like around Easter.
Oh yeah.
It was like around Easter. There was like these pastel colored socks.
Yeah. Yep.
And I remember there was like a minor mistake on our order.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, oh God, I was just like, there's too many of these. And then I wrote Scott. He was just like, don't worry. He's like, they'll sell. And I'm like, he's like, if they don't, call me back.
Yeah, right.
He's like,
dude,
call me back. But they ended up selling, and I just ended up calling him back anyway and be like, thanks.
Can I get more?
Like, thanks, you were right. And yeah, that was basically the beginning of the sock craze for them. I don't remember what year that was, but I remember it was like Easter time where it started getting crazy.
When I got hired, they were just trying to pretty much evolve from the whole like we're not just a weed sock brand. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it truthfully did. And I mean, I got to see, like I said, I just got to see a brand come from infancy to into the beginning of stages of an adulthood. And yeah, dude, of course, by my unfortunate demise or unexpected, in 2016, that was in May of 2016 is when I got laid off. I got, I really, I just honestly, I felt honored just to be a part of just honestly, it's an iconic brand. Every person that worked, dude, I worked with people that are, people that rode for like a lot of the dudes that like were flow for them.
Yeah,
dude, they worked in the warehouse. And so like, and then if they had to go on tour or whatever with whatever board company or dude, Keith would just be all right. That's cool. See you later. Come back when you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I got to work with fucking Matt Gottwig. That guy.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, dude. He was rad. He was just rad. Yeah, he's just a rad dude. I still talk to him today.
Oh, awesome.
That's how I use Instagram. So, just by keeping in touch with a bunch of industry heads and just people I've met along the way.
Yeah.
So, the power of social media. It just depends how you use it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it just depends.
So after this, like, laying off of Huff, did your spirit feel crushed?
Now I'm older. And I'm going, dude,
now it's a little bit more like, I mean, it was obviously serious before, but now it's probably like a little bit more, the pressure is probably felt a little bit more now.
Yeah. I'm like, that's like, that's kind of like, oh, damn, dude. That's kind of like where I was like, am I still going to be in this industry? Like, or, I mean, I know I wanted to be, but it was kind of like, who is, I mean, who's going to want me to work at their brand? I mean, this older dude.
Yeah. It's a big question, especially since like we're dealing with younger heads who like represent the brand. I mean, although skating has aged, and it's really nice that like older people now are still like doing it, but yeah, I mean we're like marketing to younger people, so that's got to be a mind bender for you.
And it was, I'm like. I just started going to events again, like whatever, you just, that's really huge. It's like, you gotta, for me, to make your this industry, you have to make connections.
Yeah.
And that's what, that's what I'm getting at with the gift, this industry, if you can't talk to anybody, like you can't just go up to anyone and talk to them. Yeah. You're going to be stagnant, and you're not going to, you know what I mean? And you're not going to flourish.
So what would you say for the person who might be not living in California? Because obviously, like, this is where, I mean, now it's kind of like on a global scale with like international brands, but like 20 years ago, international brands were like, I wouldn't say shunned isn't the right word, but they were definitely not as globally accepted for sure. Like Cliche as a brand, like even like with the heavy hitters, it was still like kind of a strange thing to like, oh, this like French brand. It's kind of crazy.
Right.
But now, I mean, obviously things have changed. Luckily, it's good. It's awesome. It's at this global scale. So what would you like, how would you tell a young person to kind of, if that's what they want to do, like how would you, like what angle would you tell them to like go at to like maybe try to get a job?
I think, you know, outside of California, I mean, and you know, and California being obviously the mecca of this industry, and not just this industry, all the board sports, BMX, scooters, if that's what you're into.
Yeah.
And I think the shop is the best place to start. Only because like and what I was going to say is outside of California, I feel that the skate communities are like more, they're more tight knit than they just seem that way because I mean, I haven't been around a different, like, I haven't been in a different state and like been around like their scene.
Yeah.
But what I gather from what I've seen, like even before I parted ways at Huff, I was there. They had me in the office doing customer service for East Coast, Midwest, Northeast, Southeast, and Midwest. Okay. So I had a good idea. Well, just like a sort of an idea of how like this, like their skate scenes are, and look like they're like those shops. They're important. They're super important.
Yeah, definitely.
They are. I mean, a shop is important in general, even though I work ecom. Yeah. But but I grew up hanging out as a grom at a shop. Yeah. And I spent my money there, or my mom would buy me and then when I got a job, that's when that's where I went.
Yeah.
And like I think for them it's even more so, because it also seems like they have local brands out there, but you know the way things are in the skate industry, board brands pop up every 10 minutes, dude.
Yeah.
So that's a whole nother. That's a whole other discussion, right?
Other topic for sure.
Yeah.
Part 2.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, yeah, I think, I don't know if that's like, maybe there's something I don't know, but what I do know is that I think the shop is a good way to start. You know, and then you can make your, like, once again, you make your connections. I mean, when I was running, I ran both the stores I mentioned, and I was a hard goods buyer. So that's where my name started to get thrown around.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Is that where you started like to build your like people skills a bit more?
No. Yeah. I mean, to be truthfully honest, I didn't know I had the gift to gab until I actually went out on the retail floor. I really didn't know that. I really didn't. Okay. Yeah, I really didn't.
Huh.
So, and of course, dealing with people face to face, especially when they're having an issue with the product.
Yeah.
That's definitely a challenge, and that challenge, you overcome it somehow. So, but hey, you got to break the eggs to make the omelet. So if you don't do that, then you'll never know. You know what I mean? It's like, where I'm at. I mean, just for an example, not to jump ahead, where I'm at now, they wanted to hire on someone to help me because they have plans of, of course, evolving the company and, moving forward with the e-com.
Oh yeah, of course.
They don't want to put it all on me. I've been in this scenario. I could do it, but I appreciate, and of course I appreciate them doing that.
Yeah.
And, the person that's helping me, I could tell their phone skills could be better, but it is improving.
Yeah.
But I'm just letting them do it.
Yeah.
I'm not really correcting them. If I hear that they're struggling, I'll put the phone on mute and then let the person, spew their issue.
Yeah.
And because they don't, they just think we're listening, and which we are. Right. Don't think we're not.
Yeah.
But and I'll help them out. And these are things I had to learn at Huff.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I messed up and stumbled over everything. So, it's okay. You got to do it.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I think it's the best way to learn. For sure.
Yeah. If you don't, and then, when I hired the people at the shops, some of the kids, there was one. Oh my gosh, there was one kid. I thought So me and this dude, Andy, I worked with, he was a surfer. This was at that shop, Ig. And we hired this kid, and, oh my God, I forgot his name. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. We can just call him Steve.
Yeah. So Steve, he seemed fine. And then, okay. So he started working, and he would help the customers, but dude, we could tell he we were me and Andy were just trying to get him to do approach people, and he would, but then I don't know, all of a sudden, dude, one day he started to turn, dude, it was weird. What I mean by turn is dude, he was standing at in the skate area, the skate counter and where the shoes are, and I remember one day he looked at me and Andy with this dude, it was insane, bro. Oh my God, we were just I see it was more crazier than that, because I can't do it
obviously.
I can't do it without laughing.
It's fine.
He gave us a glare, and it came out of nowhere, dude.
He just gave you the death stare.
Yeah, he gave us a death stare, and I remember I walked to the back. And I was like, "What, Andy, come here, dude! Did you fucking see that?" And yeah, dude, I don't know. It's just because what was happening is when you work in a shop environment, everybody's joking around, but sometimes the joke can not get perceived.
Yeah.
And I don't think he took our jokes that good at one point, or he didn't take them in stride.
Yeah.
And, he started getting all weird and self-conscious. And of course, it resulted into us of telling them to go home and not come back, because it started to trickle into where the customers are starting to see that.
Oh,
so that turns into an issue.
Oh yeah, that's.
So we probably shouldn't have messed with him.
Well,
he probably remembers us today. He could be a serial killer. We don't know. But
I'm sure Steve's fine. He's probably living a happy life for sure.
Yeah, hey, he surfs, dude.
Yeah,
beach makes you happy, dude.
Yeah, he's fine. He's good.
Yeah.
So bring us forward, what, or you can talk about your current position and kind of how you landed it.
Well, okay. Well, what I was doing after I got laid off at Huff, sulking basically.
I remember you telling me when we were skating at Skate Lab.
Yes. I was pretty bummed. Even though in hindsight, maybe they did me a favor with the commute. I was commuting 5 days a week, 100 miles a day, but that's how it's how dedicated you get when you want to do something like this.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
straight
shit,
up.
I was a rep and I took care of all those stores.
Yeah,
So what was 500 miles a week? Well,
exactly.
after 3 years of that, it wears on you just like the rep job can.
Yeah,
And I mean, but I ain't gonna lie to you, I miss being a rep. I do.
yeah,
I miss it. I miss all the people and talking to the guys that were out on the road and still are when I was out on the road,
yeah,
and they're still around. I heard it's the same faces, but with the exception of a few different ones.
yeah.
And so it'd be nice to go see those guys again. But I miss it. The streets are calling me, man. That's
They
what
always
I
called.
feel.
They always
Yeah,
called the name.
yeah, that's right. So after that, yeah, I started going to I made a lot of friends that worked for Vans headquarters.
Okay.
Nowadays that is kind of like everyone's like idea to work for that brand,
Oh, yeah.
right?
That's
Hey, I ain't gonna lie,
that's
me too.
that's that's the ideal brand.
Yeah,
Justin Regan made a smart move when he did.
sure did, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, dude. So they were holding these events called, they were called Shop Night. I'm sure every state does a Shop Night somewhere.
Yeah.
And they were holding it at the brand new Huntington Beach Vans Outdoor Park.
Oh, okay.
And they did it every Thursday at the first of every month. And so I was going down there because a longtime friend of mine is the LA rep.
Okay.
And so, he would tell you, oh, come down. And then there was a kid, I got hooked up with him. And then my friend hooked him up with Johnny Layton, because Johnny Layton takes care of like Flow Kids. And I believe at the time he was taking care of Flow Kids.
Yeah.
And some of the AM guys.
Okay.
And I actually I made friends with him and a dude named Chopper Dave.
Okay.
He was originally from House of Vans out in Brooklyn.
All right.
They flew him out here, and they both have flourished in the company, but I made friends with them at the time.
Oh, cool.
I still talk to Chopper today. And his story is kind of like my family's story. Coming out from New York. I was born in Long Island, New York.
Okay.
But I wasn't raised out there. I was raised here in good old Simi Valley.
All right.
And so it's kind of the same story. And
Yeah.
so that him being from there, my family being from there, from Brooklyn, and we still talk a lot. And I made more connections over there, but unfortunately I couldn't get in.
Yeah.
That one is like I said, their door is always being knocked on. So
Yeah.
even knowing who I know, so sometimes even knowing who you know doesn't always get you there.
Yeah, it doesn't always pan out.
No, it don't. But they're friends. I consider them friends nonetheless.
I mean,
so that don't mean either. Yeah, that don't mean anything. So, but so I wound up just going to different events. I applied and I almost got in at Element.
Okay.
And then but they harbor a bunch of other brands as well. So, like Hard Luck or what's that called? Yeah. The Bearing Company, Hard Luck.
Yeah. Hard Luck.
And there was Element, Hard Luck, and I'm just drawing a blank right now on who else is under that hood. And I was trying to get the interview. I talked to someone, but they just wound up going with someone else.
Yeah.
It was funny, this last round before I landed at Primitive, I had a lot of respondent people, because like when I got laid off at Huff, they weren't so responsive. So
Really?
yeah, it's also nowadays though, like you can go on Indeed, jobs, the job search,
Yeah.
and find skate jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was first looking, before I got in at Huff, and the only website I knew of was Malachi.
Yeah. Same.
And to what I know, that was the only one.
Right.
But I mean, and I'm not trying to shoot down that website because or that job site for the industry, but now when you go on there, there's no real industry jobs on there,
Yeah.
and that kind of sucks for a person trying to get in.
Yeah.
And then you put these skate brands on Indeed and ZipRecruiter, and dude, that's like, dude, now you're trying to get in because you love it, but then some dude that knows nothing about it gets in. And don't get me wrong, that's the turn of the tide.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, it's
but
just the way it is.
it's just the way it is, dude. Like, when I worked at Huff, there was a good portion of there was I'd say at least 7 people. They didn't skate and they never did.
Yeah.
But they had a skill set that got them in there.
No, definitely. And what kind of jobs were they doing? The non-skaters.
Like over there, it was like design.
Oh, okay.
They were doing production.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean these, they to what I know, I believe they went to school, got a degree, and
yeah,
that's what they did.
I
and
mean,
they got it.
I mean, yeah. There's skateboarders who have like trade education, whether it's like super specialized from like art school or just like bachelor's degrees, like few and far between ish, really.
Right.
I mean, not to degrade them at all, not to degrade the skaters, but yeah, I mean, you hear a lot of the time how they like didn't go to college, or maybe they just went for a little while, and I mean that's fine.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, no, a college degree is not like a be all end all. But I think if you're doing like in like a specialty thing with like design or production, like, yeah, you should probably go to school for that and learn the ins and the outs, because yeah, I feel like those jobs are super duper important. Like a hard goods developer, that's probably a pretty good skill set to have and to know.
Me, it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm sure like a lot of the small brands, to what I know, they're the more. What's your name?
This is Luna.
Hi, Luna.
Yeah, making her way onto the show.
Right, onto the show.
Yeah,
welcome. We're gonna ask you questions
show.
next, girl.
Come on, little stinky.
That's funny.
Oh,
but yeah,
this is great. I love it.
Dude,
that's not getting edited out either.
No, and it shouldn't.
No, I don't think anything is getting edited out. This is just like one take. Here we go.
I don't know. Is that how you feel right now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, like, I know we're in the middle of this, and you could edit this out, but is this? Am I doing this or what?
Dude, we're doing it. This is fantastic.
Okay, right.
I love it. Keep going.
All right. Cool. But yeah, I mean, what I was going to say is like the hard good brands, they the small brands, of course those are also like kind of like, yeah, dude, that's where I want it, because trust me, I know the head like what I want to say, he's head warehouse. I don't know if he moved up since, and I know he was doing some sales, but my friend Glenn that I worked with at Huff, he wound up over at FA.
Oh, okay.
So of course he was one of the first people I hit up.
Yeah.
Like after Huff, and I was just like, dude, I was back and forth with him, like DMing.
Yeah.
And then I he gave me his number because he wanted to like really just talk to me.
Yeah.
And he just kind of laid it down. Like those Dill and Av are like pretty particular about who goes in, works there, like at the place, and he knew that if I were to go there, drive out from where I live to there,
Yeah.
of course I'd want to move up and like be about it and trust me like that. I in being older and around and once again maybe being around two more fucking crazy icons, I would definitely want to flourish, but
Oh, of course.
I think, yeah, and I don't know this, but I think those guys would definitely, they're probably particular about who does that.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
totally.
so if they don't know who I am, like from like 1991, then you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I get it. I get it. I'm not going to harsh them on it.
No.
No one's harshing anyone on it.
No, not at all.
But it's just like, damn, dude, I want to, I was just like, that was like, oh man, that'd be cool,
Yeah.
So, but it just, it just didn't work out. So, I think things worked out to where I'm at now.
Yeah.
And I'm happy. I'm happy where I'm at. I really am.
That's good. I mean, you don't have to commute 100 miles a day.
No, not at all.
So it's pretty nice.
No, it is. My commute went from 100 miles a day to 30 round trip.
I mean, that's great. You're just over the hill.
That's correct.
So,
yeah.
That's
and
really
if I really
good.
wanted to, I could hit a skate park down the street and, right after work or on my lunch break if I wanted to.
Oh, really? There's a park near there?
Yeah, it's called Lanark.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's actually pretty cool. It's kind of fun. It's actually, dude, those guys are actually, they're stoked.
Oh, rad.
Like the locals are stoked on their park.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Is it new?
No, I'd say it's about 6 or 7 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ish. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a obviously cool concrete park. And ledges, and it's got like some big quarter pipes, and it's got like the parking block ledge thing. They got one of those, and dude, it's pretty sick. Like a bank and a hip. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
It's got all the essentials.
Yeah.
It's got everything you need to have some fun. I like
absolutely.
I like a nice ledge.
Yeah, they have a low one, dude. I did my first Crooked Grind pop out last weekend.
Hey.
I was like, "Ooh, old guy still got it."
Dude, feeling good that day.
Yeah, let me tell you.
Oh man,
cracked open a beer for that one. So, but yeah. So go ahead, please.
Oh, talk about your, like, how you, like, that moment when you like landed your new and current position. Okay.
Well, first off, do you want me to tell you how I got in?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so obviously at this point, I'm a year and a half out of work from Huff. So, of course, I'm going to events, DMing people like a motherfucker, just trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
Because I got to get back in. But what I've learned about working in this industry, that does take time.
Patience.
Patience. If you didn't have something lined up, of course, in the scenario I was in, between Huff and Primitive, I didn't have anything lined up, but why would I have if they laid me off?
Yeah.
So, I DM'd an old friend, this kid that I'd known since, he was a little dude at Skate Lab, and he's their IT guy over at Primitive.
Okay, who's that?
His name's Ricky Jordan. And Ricky, I'd been following on Instagram at that point for a while, probably like 2-3 years, something like that, who knows. And then one day he was just like, "Hey, how's things going?" And I made a comment and he asked me how things are. And I was just like, well, I could either answer it, oh, things are great, and leave it at that,
Yeah.
or do I just tell him my scenario and
Yeah.
and if he didn't answer my DM, well, he wouldn't have been the first one.
Yeah.
So, and you know, that's another thing. Working in this industry, you learn how to say, you learn to hear no. The word no, has been said a lot, and it gets said even more. So, but you know, to every no, it's the whole adage of there's a yes somewhere.
Oh, fully.
So, yeah.
Yep.
And with him, it turned into, you know, kind of the same scenario as Huff. Like, hey, we're about to do some, uh, changes here at Primitive. Here's the guy you need to talk to, and you can see if you can get in.
Yeah.
I'd say probably 2 weeks after I DM'd my friend Ricky, I had an interview at Primitive.
Oh, wow.
And now I thought I was interviewing to get him back to being customer service.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have that ready yet. Okay. So and I wasn't sure when yet was.
Yeah.
So they offered me a position in the warehouse. And I said, fuck it, all right. I mean, I don't got anything, so let's just do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. So I worked the warehouse for about 8 months. And then my boss now, his name is John Highland.
Okay.
And John Highland took me under him and got me back in the swing of being customer service for e-com.
Okay.
Once again, because I had done that at Huff when I first started.
Gotcha.
So, and I am currently the guy that picks up the phone and tells you what you want to hear or don't want to hear. Because that's how things go sometimes.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I feel every day that's one thing about customer service. You learn something new every day, and don't think you know it all, because you don't. And because there's always new scenarios. And, you know, you deal with customers that are super cool.
Yeah.
You deal, and, you know, being that we work in this industry, you deal with people that are fried.
Yeah.
And you deal with people that are mad, and that's usually someone's parent.
Yeah.
And you know, I you know, in all honesty, the courier service is terrible, and I mean all of them. And that's why a lot of orders get lost, because the depending on who you use, the driver doesn't drop it at the right house, or they just do. I don't know what they do with it.
Yeah.
So, you know, so those are the stresses that come along with it now. Or have been.
No, I agree.
And, yeah. So yeah, I take all inbound phone calls and emails, mainly for e-com customers.
Awesome.
That's what I do.
Are you packing boxes at all?
Not anymore.
Okay.
So with growth, we moved e-com up the street to a smaller, like, little warehouse with a smaller office. Okay.
Okay.
Within walking distance from the headquarters.
Okay.
But then, pretty much as soon as we moved into there, that warehouse was too small because there was that much product.
Huh.
Yeah. So we already moved into somewhere with it being, like, we've already outgrown it.
Oh,
so,
wow.
I'm saying they kept it in there because I'm still in that building, because my boss didn't move down there and I need to obviously be around him.
Yeah.
So, the e-com moved back to the headquarter warehouse, and, you know, now it's, we call it customer service and marketing now.
So, do they have separate areas for e-com and, like, the shops?
Okay.
Is it separate? Like,
well, yes. Okay. So all domestic is now for the shops and basically wholesale.
Yeah.
It's all out of a 3PL in Riverside now.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So and the company's called Tigers. And I heard that they deal with other action sport companies as well.
Oh, okay.
So, but I had never been there, but I heard they're huge.
It's probably has to be if they're dealing with other
Yeah,
companies
and
too.
well, I mean, I also heard that this 3PL is dealing with just even outside of outside of this industry.
Huh.
So,
Crazy.
yep, yep, dude. And it's with the and and I started in this industry right when, and I'm talking all the way back to the shop time. And I'm sorry if I'm jumping around.
No,
I
you're
don't.
good.
Am I jumping around? Okay, all right.
No, it's fine.
Because I don't want this to be confusing, but yeah, I started in 2005, like I said, and that was when like the economy, there was talks of it going into the shit, and into the shitter.
Yeah.
And by the time I went to work at IG, that's when it was like by 2009, like our shop was just over there at IG was just it was terrible, dude. It was just terrible.
It was probably
you went through that.
We started after, so we started like 2010.
Okay.
So I felt like it was a
No,
good
you just
time.
missed the.
I felt
Yeah,
like it
I
was a
think you
good
missed
time
the.
because there was like because it couldn't get any worse.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, absolutely. You're right.
So yeah,
And I was on the road at that time, and let me tell you, dude, like, dude, shops weren't fucking buying anything.
I can.
Yeah. I mean, if you weren't selling milk and eggs, dude,
Yeah,
that's just your shit was busted.
yeah, you're
So,
lucky to keep the door open.
yeah, exactly, dude.
Crazy.
I had people turn to me, oh, you don't have to do my inventory. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. All right, you just shortened my day. See you later. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, so with now that everything is so with that, it's it started bringing in investment or investors, like companies needed investors.
Yeah.
So of course, that still exists to an extent. I mean, I'm sure active went out.
Yeah, they're
gone.
Yeah, they're completely done.
Dude, that's crazy.
That's
crazy. That's crazy to me, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy because all the brands that were, supplying them product.
Oh yeah,
dude, no more. Like that's bonkers.
And that's a hit for whatever rep was taking care of them.
Oh, fully.
That's a fucking hit right there, dude.
That's a major hit.
Yeah, I mean, when Sports Chalet went out, dude, people in the industry, like, of course, the guy I was subbing for, he was like, dude, this is not good.
Yeah.
I think he was. We had Sanook in, but it wasn't ours. It wasn't ours that we were taking care of in REI.
Yeah.
But it wasn't our. I think it was a house account.
Okay.
So, like, you know what I mean? REI's huge. So.
That's a massive behemoth.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is correct, my man.
To say the least.
Yeah, God. Dude, if there's a rep taking care of that's a mortgage pay. That helps pay the mortgage, if I'm not correct.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. But,
what are like your favorite parts or like favorite perks possibly for like working at Primitive?
I get to well, first and foremost, I get to work with some pretty dope people, dude, to be honest.
Yeah.
I really do. My boss he's fucking funny, dude. He's rad.
That's great.
What I mean, I do talk. I mean, like I said, I'll talk to some cool. Along with all like the crappy customers that you encounter with, like the good ones are always good. I mean,
Yeah.
there's people I'll talk, and my boss doesn't mind. I'll talk to anybody who's like wants to talk about skating,
Oh,
and
wow.
like, because what it does is, and I'll stay on the phone with them for, dude. One guy, he writes books, dude.
Oh, really?
He just started skating a lot, like again, really about 3-4 years ago. But his name's Ricky Roberts, dude, and he writes books, dude.
Huh.
And he just wrote a thank you skateboarding book, and he sent it to me. He sends me his books.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, dude. Like we will chat. He's from Florida, dude.
Huh.
And yeah, dude. Lake something, Florida. Oh my god, I already forgot. But yeah, dude. He's super cool. Super cool. Just like an older. He's like 38 or 40.
What's the longest phone conversation you've ever had with a customer?
Oh, it was probably him.
Yeah.
Over an hour for sure. Over an hour, yeah.
It's tight.
Yeah, I mean you shouldn't, but because you got other shit to do. But
I mean, yeah.
But hey, dude, to me, it's to me being my age and what I can share working at for skate brand.
Yeah.
I mean, the connection to the customer is super important.
Oh no, fully.
It's super important.
Yeah.
If I got in trouble, I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
Because I know now that this guy, since I've been in that chair for almost 2 years, doing what I do for Primitive, he orders boards all the time.
Yeah, he's probably like down for life.
Yeah. That is important.
Yeah. Customer retention.
Yeah. I mean, if that ain't an ROI, then I don't know what to tell you.
Honestly.
Yeah. So all I had to do was spend 1 fucking hour.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say he's probably one of them. There was some other dudes I've talked to for like at least 40, 50 minutes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I mean, so there's some there's one lady, I think she wanted me to come visit her in New York.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she didn't say it, but I could feel it, over the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, how old are you? Oh, wait, you're that old? I'm like, fuck, dude. But I of course I didn't do that. But yeah, but so I mean, I've been screamed at.
Well, here's gonna go into a question from one of the. So I put out on Instagram, like I put your job description, and I said if you have any questions for this person, I didn't tell them what brand you worked for. I just left it ambiguous just with the description. So Tim Kelly asks, what's the craziest call or request you've ever had to take at work?
Well, Tim. Or wait, right? What was his name? Tim?
There's another cat.
Hey!
Yeah, his name's Tim too.
Okay.
Funny thing is, he used to be my boss when I worked at Zoomies for a hot second.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he's a district manager for Las Vegas. So.
Ooh, dang.
Yeah. So
nice,
this one's for you, Tim Kelly.
Yeah. All right, Tim. So I was working at Huff, and it really wasn't a request, but it was just it got heated. There was a guy he was from New York, and it was Christmas time, and that's when shit is always hitting the fan.
Yeah.
And typical. You ruined my. I always hear this. You ruined my Christmas because it didn't land when Santa was supposed to bring it.
Yeah.
And the guy got on the phone, and typical FedEx didn't deliver his order.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, you motherfucker, I fucking want my, and it's like, you need to call and make these steps, and then maybe then we could possibly help you, because what it is when the courier service loses your package,
Yeah.
and we don't have the stock,
Uh-huh.
then you need to make the claim. And you know, I can go. I mean, I get all tense when I talk about this shit because let me tell you, both you Tims, let me tell you that it is just this. They do not take any responsibility for their actions. It
Oh.
just don't happen, dude. And I mean, they'll literally tell you, like the rep you talk to will tell you that yes, we did lose your package. Okay, well here's my solution, and I don't see how you can't disagree with me, but they do, and it's just like, write us a fucking check for this amount, and of course it doesn't work like that. So this guy, I'm telling him, you're gonna need to. No, you guys need to. Well, we don't got it, and he's fuck, and I'm gonna come out. If I come out there, I'm gonna fucking find you, dude. He was like death. He was pretty much death threatening us, dude.
Oh my
And
gosh.
my boss gets on the phone. My boss Matt gets on the phone. I mean, yeah, because he could tell, like I took the call, and then I put it on speakerphone, and over at Huff, over at Huff, we were like, we were more juvenile than where I am working at currently, because honestly, there's more structure over at Primitive.
Yeah.
But we did our shit though. Don't get me wrong. We handled everybody over at Huff, and we do that at Primitive. Trust me.
Fully.
We're professional, but we work. We have the pleasure of working in an industry where everything is not so crazy. Or
dirtbag.
Yeah, exactly, right? So fucking dude, this guy is just like, so this guy's like pretty much death threatening us, screaming on the phone, we're ruined his Christmas and we're motherfuckers and all this shit. And my boss is like, then he starts, then my boss being him, he was at the, my boss Matt was like just asking him like dumb questions. And then the guy's like, oh fuck. And then he would like hang up on him, and then he would literally hang up on him. And the dude would call back. And it was so gnarly, dude. Oh my god, dude. So that was pretty much one of the craziest phone calls. I mean, when I and so fast forward to Primitive, I was one lady. There was a sweatshirt that she wanted, and it was we had to refund her because it was out of stock. And I'm trying to I was at a point of so I guess this is more of a request. I was trying to accommodate her by trying to find a different hoodie, and she would pick one, and that one's out of stock, and now I'm pretty much caught with my dick in my hand with no answers now, right? So then it got to a point I wanted to I should have just given her a store credit. But I was trying to get her to, basically, because you're always trying to not refund them.
Yeah.
You're just, that's obviously something you want to, you want to keep, the money in the store so you can, one more day you got your job.
You want to avoid.
It's a joke, but yeah, you know what I mean? Just, so yeah, she was just like, I don't know, we wound up being civil to getting a little loud, and, basically we just left it, it didn't get too out of hand. My boss heard it because I was tired of putting my ear to the phone, because I was obviously on the phone with her for a little while.
Yeah.
And then I had to put on speaker, and then my boss heard her because she was starting to kind of yell at me. And, your skin thickens after a while, really. So, yeah, I mean, that's, yeah, I mean, maybe that doesn't sound like such a crazy, maybe both those things weren't too crazy, but yeah, you just, I mean, every day I'm still learning. And I guess where I'm at now, I'm about 5 years into being into customer service.
Okay.
For between two brands. And, I still haven't perfected the mad customer. I don't think anyone ever, I don't think you do. I'm sorry. I kind of don't think you do.
Yeah. I don't know how to master the mad customer, but yeah, I think a death threat is a pretty epic story.
Yeah, no, dude. Yeah, I got a death threat, dude. Yeah, I'll fucking find you if I come out to California. We're just like, dude, you are fucking, you're fired, dude. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you're an idiot.
You ruined
it's like,
Christmas.
Dude, I think he was death threatening us over a fucking sweatshirt at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah.
come on.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. Be realistic.
Honestly.
But and not to jump backward, but of course I've been doing this the whole time.
It's fine.
Another perk of working where I am currently is the team guys always coming in, and getting to hang out and talk to them. And of course, perk of the job. You saw the current board I'm riding, and
yeah.
And then the other ones in the pipeline.
Ooh. Oh! Wow! You got a nice pipeline going. Who's your favorite rider that you come in and like rap out with?
Oh, dude, Trey Williams, man.
Oh, okay.
Trey's dope. Robert Neal's sick too, and Trent McClung. Merrick was there yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And, I was chopping it up with him. That was the first time I ever talked to him. He's super cool. We were talking about how kids today don't know shit about fucking he lives in Barcelona.
Yeah.
And he was telling me he'll go to MACBA, and he's like, he's all for me. I'll just go there and skate because he was kind of explaining he was talking to he's like, I'll talk to some of these kids and they don't know who Rick Howard is.
Yeah.
And he's like, come on, dude. And you know what? And I said to him, like, well, that doesn't sound weird. I mean, that's actually not weird. There's kids that don't know who Rick Howard is. They don't know who Guy Mariano is.
Yeah.
They don't know who they are.
No,
they don't.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Isn't that kind of strange? It's strange. But
it is kind of strange. I mean, especially because obviously you still consume video, which you have. You mentioned Green and Death Dance, so you obviously still consume current videos, and you have all the older videos back in your memory bank.
Bank, dude. Hold on.
Oh, sick! You got a present? Which
I don't know
Perpetual Motion. That's a good one.
Yeah. What else did I grab?
Yeah. What else?
Oh. Outliers.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Let's see, dude. What else can you see in there?
Oh yeah, Minefield, Good and Evil. Oh, is that Baker? Oh wait, Bootleg 3000.
Oh yeah.
Oh dude, yeah.
Scott Kane, dude.
Oh, Forecast. Forecast.
Yeah, dude. I got the fun video in here, dude. That was
Crooked
good.
Chronicles.
Yeah.
Dude, Crooked Chronicles.
Static 3.
Oh, Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Kids in America.
Oh, dude, is that T-Stance homies?
Oh yes, totally.
Dang.
That's right.
That's incredible, dude. Yeah. Yeah, forget all these people trying to do the T-Stance now. They don't even understand. Oververt. Do you have Bag of Suck?
Yeah, I do. Oh, dude.
Is it in the other drawer?
Is that
Seed?
And Chick Magnet. That's a good one.
Super secret snowboard video.
That's right.
That's what we used to call them.
I forgot about this one.
Oh, Ride the Sky. Dude, Gilbert Crockett.
Oh, there it is. There it is. There he is. One of my favorites.
Bag yeah, dude. Bag of Suck.
Well, and of course, Fully Flared.
Oh yeah, gotta have that.
Yeah. But and that's just that. But yeah, you're right. I have a bunch of memorabilia.
That's what skateboarders have. A bunch of dumb stuff nobody else wants.
Yeah.
Except for us.
Right. Exactly.
Here's the memorabilia for you. This is right by the desk. Got some. Here we go.
Ooh.
Some Spitfire GNR Ellingtons.
Yeah, I remember those.
51 millimeter. They're nice and yellow. They're aged.
That's Spitfire for you.
Aged to perfection, for sure. So yeah, that's right there on the desk. So yeah, nobody else wants those but me. No, I'm sure somebody else would want them.
Yeah, I want them.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, that's really weird how just the younger audience doesn't consume possibly older videos to like learn more about like skate history.
Well, you know what's crazy is that a lot of the kids now don't even watch videos
Well, I know. I mean,
at
video.
all.
Yeah, I know.
Like I think it was about a year ago. I was talking to these kids, and well, you seen whatever current video was at the time
Yeah.
on Thrasher, and they're like, I don't really watch videos. I'm like, how do you even know how to fucking ollie then, dude? How do
Yeah.
you like? How do you learn anything? Well, I just skate with this person, dude. No, no, nope. You're wrong. Wrong. Learn your history, dude. So that's what like Merrick was talking about. He's like, yeah, and I said to him, and that's exactly what I was telling him. I'm like, kids today, they don't watch videos, they don't know shit. And he's like, yeah, he's all, it's sad, dude. He's like, and I mean, if I had to guess, Merrick is what in his like probably mid to late 20s at this point.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know his age.
I don't either. But
I don't know his stats.
yeah, I ain't got those stats either. But yeah, dude, it's just it's crazy like how like no like some of the kids that and some of these kids are good, dude. Like, you know, they're like pretty good, and they don't like watch. You don't watch a fucking video. How is that even possible?
They would probably be like 10 times better if they did watch videos.
I would think so.
I
was slow-moing Tom Penny fucking every day, dude. I was slow-moing his shit. How did you do that?
I mean, yeah, you watch people who are better than you. I mean, it's good. And it's good
with people that are better than you.
Yeah, no, it's good if you have people who are better with you and you just go skate. But I mean, yeah, you got to get like, I don't know, you got to get like fired up to go skateboarding.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
But maybe that just doesn't hit their juice. I guess I don't know.
No, that's true.
But yeah, I know that like video sales are like, at least for my little thing, it's like mediocre.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's like I might sell a couple, but yeah, not a lot.
But you're not getting a lot of them either.
No, I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not. I bet if Baker 4 sold hard copy, they could sell that.
Yeah, definitely.
That I feel for sure is a winner for a hard copy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope that I hope they put green on a hard copy.
You know what they should do is, remember, like, you would buy a pair of the shoes and get the fucking video inside the box.
Yeah.
Well, boy, you know, things go in full circle. Maybe they should start doing that again.
Dude, they should. And they could charge $5 more for the shoe.
Darn right. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Right? You get something out of it.
Yeah, you get two things out of it. You get a new pair of shoes and a sick video.
Yeah, to get fired up on.
Yeah.
That you're the kid that never watched a video before.
Dude, what if the green video was your first video?
Right?
I mean,
what was your first video?
So, first video I remember watching, Animal Chin.
Right.
First video that I bought with my own money, Plan B Christmas Pack. Questionable and virtual. And those things were on repeat for...
Ever?
Yeah. Like... Yeah. And that was like right when I like really got into skating. So I watched Questionable first, obviously, because I looked at him. I'm like, I don't know what to watch first.
Dude,
so I just
can't lose.
So I just went with the one that had like the, I don't know. I just went with Questionable. I don't even know if it had like a copyright date on it. Virtual might have on the back.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just like put in Questionable, and I'm just like, Oh God.
right? Explosion, dude.
It was crazy. And then I immediately put in virtual and then was like, oh, okay, there's like people who are like on the same team. There's like a new dude, this like Tony Ferguson guy,
Yeah,
this
right.
this angry person who's like hitting him with a drill. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is kind of crazy, dude. I'm
That
like,
was so dope.
I'm like, there's a contest in San Francisco that's like crazy. I'm like, I don't live too far from there. I'm like, this is really. I'm like, yeah, it was really crazy. It was really like weird too. But I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, and like my two favorites like immediately were Rick Howard and Mike Carroll. And once I figured out that they left to do Girl,
Oh yeah.
and they like put the ads in like Transworld and stuff, like the Girl video, I called CCS every day.
Oh,
They were probably
yeah.
so annoyed at me. I'm like, do you have the new Girl video? I'm like, where is it? Called them all the time. And then they like, I want to say that like Goldfish like wasn't the original title, but as soon as I figured it out, I was like, you guys got this Goldfish video?
Right, yeah.
And yeah, I remember when that thing came, and I was just like, pfft, that was like the new repeat. Like I obviously, I bought other videos too, but yeah, I was like definitely like diehard Mike Carroll, Rick Howard fans for sure.
Dude, okay, so my first video I watched was Future Primitive.
Okay.
And I was just like, I mean, obviously I was little. I was still little. I wasn't like a teenager or anything like that yet. And so when I first stood on a skateboard, my neighbor across the street, he didn't live there. Like his grandmother owns the house across from me.
Okay.
So the kid would come out and visit his grandma and stay for the summer, and he would let me hang out with him. And when I was 7 years old, he comes to summertime came, and he's on a skateboard. And I've heard of him. But I never like seen one or touched one. And I go across the street, and I'm all, hey man, and what's up? Yeah, I was really stoked that he was here because now I got someone to hang out with.
Yeah.
And I was like, he was like, hey, you want to try this? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, let me. And all I did was emulate what he was doing.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't a balance issue. It wasn't. It was just I just saw he was doing kick turns, and I remember I guess I was doing 180 kick turns. I didn't know. I was just emulating what he was doing. Yeah. And he's all, oh my god, you never tried this before? I'm all, no. He's all, dude, you're doing 180s. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. And then like, that's what sold me. That's what sold me, dude. Like, yeah. I picked up something, or I stood on something that made sense.
Yeah.
And then the videos came with him being the older cat. Oh, check this video out.
Yeah.
And then it went to from Future Primitive to and then I watched the Bones Brigade video show, and then fucking Animal Chin came around. Bam, dude, that was sick. And then H Street videos. Yeah. And I was a huge Donger fan. Oh yeah. Then I wound up meeting him years later and hanging out with him.
Oh, wild.
Yeah. And I got to thank Dan Connolly for that. Yeah, so which was gnarly, and yeah, I'm still tripping on it. And then I watched him. He was a DJ, and yeah, he was. He's put out a few tapes, and back then cassettes, and then actually I heard he's still doing it, and my friend Dan sent me something just recently. That he did a mix, and so watched all the H3 videos, then got into all the Plan B videos,
Oh yeah.
And then, of course, girl came around. I was a big Javante fan.
Mm.
Javante Turner, dude. But huge Jason Lee fan.
Ooh.
Because that blind
Same.
video never stopped playing on my fucking VHS player, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, Rudy Johnson had a sick part, but I was really into Jason Lee and Guy.
Yeah.
That was like, those were the two I watched. Like, and then fuck, dude. Then 101 was falling. Then they came out Falling Down, and that was the first short, like, full length video ever.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Have you ever seen Falling Down?
No, I never saw that one.
Dude, you gotta watch that one.
I'm sure
Eric
it's on.
Costin. I mean, everyone killed it, but he shut it down, dude. Eric Costin, dude.
He's pretty good at shutting things down.
Oh man,
he's got a good rap for that.
He really, dude. He really did. But yeah, that video was the first, like, short. I mean, that video was probably ahead of its time in terms of how long it was. It was only 8.5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And then, and of course, the skating. All those guys were always ahead of their time.
Oh yeah.
And then, then you got, and then, definitely Day One was one of my, also one of my favorites. Everything had like kind of a time period,
Right.
And every skater kind of ruled it and still does, still kind of goes that way.
No, fully.
And, all the world videos, Love Child, and, of course, 20 Shot Trilogy, and, dude, it just, list goes on, dude.
It does. To wrap things up.
Yes.
Is there any, like, closing words you would want to say, or any words of encouragement for anybody who's looking to get their foot in the door in this wild, crazy industry?
Yeah, right. We learned that. We learned that, like, at least every couple months.
Oh, totally.
I mean, honestly, if you're trying to get into this industry, you really need to be a little outspoken, if not really outspoken. You need to meet people. I mean, the old adage of getting the job at the shop, yeah, that's a start, but I don't know how much that really holds anymore.
Yeah.
Like I said, I already touched on the fact that if you go on ZipRecruiter or Indeed, you're going to find an industry job on there.
Yeah.
And, and I've already said this before in this interview, it is the turn of the tide, dude. You can't, I mean, you can go to Malachi, but I don't notice any of the, I'm not noticing any of the, I mean, there's skate companies on there, but it's not very many anymore, which is, kind of, I mean, so I think that what I'm getting at is that kind of, it opens up the availability even more.
Yeah.
But like I said, people only, these brands, they are particular on who gets in, and I truly still feel it's kind of a selected few that get chosen to be a part of this. I really do.
Yeah, it's a special thing.
It really is. Like I said, there's the people that work there that never stepped on a skateboard, but you also have the people that are there because they skateboard.
Right.
And like I said, that is a selected few.
Yeah.
And it's I mean, I'm making a living to where I can pay my bills.
Yeah.
But you got to know why. That's one thing that you got to know why if you're going to work in this industry, you got to know why.
No,
you have to know why, because I mean, if you're not a vetted pro that started a company, you're not going to, I mean, I'm going to be honest, you're not going to get rich.
Yeah. No, that's straight up
truth. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I really do. And, but remember, rich is only a definition to each and every individual.
No, fully. Just like
it's your definition and your depiction of it.
Yep.
I think at the end of the day, the wealth and the wealth and the richness is how you feel when you leave, and well, when you arrive to your job and when you leave.
Yeah, no,
And
that's
so,
good.
and if you're working in this, you feel better about it. You do. You
Yeah.
really truly do.
Oh man,
I'm fortunate. I really am.
that's awesome. I think those are some wonderful closing words for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time and
Absolutely.
for your story,
Hey,
dude.
absolutely. I was really pumped to do this, and I hope I didn't go too all over the place. I really don't.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's good. I hope whoever listens to this or consumes it, however they are gonna, whether
Yeah,
it's
right.
through the tube or through the podcast, whatever,
Right.
all those different channels, that hopefully they got something out of it, and yeah, hopefully they had a nice listen.
Yeah, I mean, I did go on a rant.
I mean, that's part of skateboarding.
No, it is. It is, dude. It is. Let me tell you.
That's just part of it.